Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. In the days since another 10 rockets rained down on southern Israel from Gaza, Qatari envoy to the Strip Mohammed El Ahmadi is announcing that his nation will have difficulties continuing its financing of the Hamas terror group-led enclave. Qatar has been funneling $30 million per month since last March as part of an agreement to keep Gaza from financial collapse. And since 2012, Qatar is estimated to have spent over $1 billion on the Strip. Well, to keep the money coming, Hamas sources say that they will try to appeal the decision. They also explained that the deficit could lead to an explosion with Israel. At a rally on Monday, Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar even waved around a gun, threatening to turn Israeli cities into ghost towns. He also warns that the terror group has enough rockets to hit Tel Aviv for 6 months in a row, and that if Israel invades, Hamas will make them curse the day they were born. But many in the government are unfazed by Hamas's latest threats, with Labor leader Amir Peretz now repeating after Benny Gantz in calling on the government to give Gaza an ultimatum: demilitarize or face overwhelming ground forces and invasion. Similarly, Sderot Mayor Alon Davidi conveyed the feelings of the residents who are living in the city, who have for years now suffered under constant threat of rocket attack. And just this past weekend, they were hit again with one rocket even destroying a family home. But Davidi says that Israel is giving immunity to terrorists by not responding more seriously. Quote, "It's been high time for a while to put an end to this routine emergency reality via a wide-scale military operation in Gaza, including assassinating Hamas leaders." Ending 2 months of tensions and a near 40-day hunger strike, Israel and Jordan are announcing that 2 Jordanian nationals held in Israel will be returned to Amman by week's end. Heba al-Labadi and Abdul Rahman Miri were arrested in late August and early September as they entered into Israel illegally through the Allenby crossing, and they've been held under Israeli administrative detention ever since on suspicion of involvement in serious security violations. Specifically, al-Labadi, for one, allegedly met members of the Hezbollah terror group multiple times between 2018 and 2019. But Jordanian ties with Israel have soured dramatically in the wake of this and other recent disagreements. Amman even recalled its ambassador in Tel Aviv, Ghassan Majali, in protest over the detentions, while Jordanian Foreign Affairs head Nidal Ta'ani suggested taking a political prisoner of their own to place pressure on Jerusalem. But in any case, Israel has reached an agreement with Jordan regarding the exchange of Miri and Labadi, stating that Israel views the relationship with Jordan as a cornerstone of regional stability and will continue to act to ensure the region's security. It's never fun to travel on a flight full of screaming babies, but with a birth rate at the top of the OECD, Israel is notorious for having such scenarios. And that's what got an American mom of 2 to start thinking. During a flight to visit her brother in Tel Aviv, Alana Rubin from New York thought, wouldn't it be great if I could have a babysitter just for the plane ride? And just like that, Air Pair was born. Intentionally sounding like au pair, the app offers a range of payments to people who are already on the same flight as you and want to act as your babysitter. For now, though, Air Pair only operates between North America and Israel because of the great need and the more close-knit, trusting community that exists there amongst the Jews on these flights. Still, you just sign up on the website, get matched to someone who's been vetted, and then connect to arrange the specifics. Payment is also left up to the parties involved. But some sign on for just $20 an hour, some request their flight be covered, and some just volunteer because they want to do a good deed. Finally, if you thought only struggling parents had use for this idea, think again. Since the launch of the platform, elderly flyers, unaccompanied minors, and the disabled passengers have all reached out for a helping hand. Now finally, an Israeli startup is changing the meaning of new car smell. And it's not just a simple new fragrance, because Moodify is replacing classic pine-scented air fresheners with something they call an active scent. Similar to how a white noise machine masks sounds, Moodify White, the first off the product line, eliminates a driver's perception of a bad smell by temporarily affecting how the brain interprets smell. And here's how it works. Essentially, the device generates molecules that send a different smell to the brain so that bad odors won't be recognizable. Moodify Red is actually designed to keep drivers awake 100% of the time, which company heads say could save your life. Today, cars can sound an alarm if they're drifting into another lane, but they can't keep the driver alert. Well, this product is designed to sense when a driver is nodding off and respond with a blast of an unpleasant scent that can wake the driver up. And the technology is to be stored underneath the car seat or in a ventilation system of the vehicle. The idea is that car dealers would sell them at a cost of around $50, with 12 cartridges to be swapped out monthly. And the startup raised $1.6 million already in October, all from Toyota AL Ventures. Quite the vote of confidence. All right, that's all for now. Follow us on Facebook at Israel English News and, of course, on Twitter at ILTV News. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.